underway.
Looking at the numbers for Thabo Sefolosha, he has 12 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
Well, that's obviously not a big number, but he's been doing some valuable defensive work for him.
Celtics trail by 7. At the 2 and 3, it's Avery Bradley and Jeff Green. Jared Sullinger is out there with Brandon Bass. And it's Rondo in at the 1 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Bradley. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Green. Can't get it to go. And Atlanta will come the other way. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. When former college coach Brad Stevens came in to coach the Boston Celtics, some worried that he'd have a tough time winning over headstrong point guard Rajon Rondo. But the two hit it off. Rondo said they become best friends, adding, "We talk every day. We laugh and joke. He has my full support. I'm behind him 100%. Kevin?
Rondo keeping an open mind and making himself accountable to Stevens' vision, Doris. Thanks. Here's Green, following the basket by Paul Millsap. Counting, and the Atlanta lead's been cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Green.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Now here's Teague. He has 7. Here's Carroll. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his second. Well, good news last year. They announced they'll be renovating their arena to make it more state-of-the-art.
And with the Celtics in this building, guys, it isn't falling apart by any means, but the fans had been wanting an update.
And from what I understand, I mean, they're going all out. I mean, the arena turns 20 years old this season, and it's going to get a 2-decade facelift in terms of amenities and convenience.
And he's good on the second.
The Atlanta Hawks with relatively new leadership in the front office, and the team is going in more of an analytic direction. Head coach Mike Budenholzer, from his time in San Antonio, certainly well-versed in that approach as well.
Now here's Bass. That one goes. Bass has got 6.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Outside Teague. Horford up top. Carroll kicks to Teague. Jacks up a 3. The shot is off. Good D by Rondo.
When you look at this new direction for the Hawks, they're definitely fond of elite shooters to space the floor, and they've looked for players who can defend the pick and roll. So a commitment to high-efficiency offense and denying that type of offense by the other team is really what you see this team trying to build towards. And Mike Budenholzer, their coach, comes from the San Antonio Spurs way of playing and thinking, and you can start to see some of that imprint on this Hawks team.
Bradley dishes to Bass. Kicks it to Rondo. There's the pass to Green. Sullinger a screen on Teague. Back to Rondo. Outside Bradley. From 18 feet away. That's good on the jump shot. it's just a 4-point Hawks lead. And Stevie talked about forceps. With Horford gone, the Hawks played 5 3-point shooters in their starting lineup.
And that matchup gave the Pacers all kinds of trouble in the playoffs. The Hawks took them to 7 games despite their vastly different records over the regular season.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Celtics had a rough time in the East, and a lot of it was because they just would get worn down as the game went on. They had a very difficult time after halftime, in fact.
Holzer had some words for his team. Their transition offense has to be a focal point, he told them. Points on the break are going to be crucial for the rest of this game. Also, he was just as passionate when he told them that they needed to put everything they have into their offensive rebounding. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Korver, no luck. Boston with a 21-31 record against the rest of the conference last year, and it was because of what you said, Clark, being unable to fight back.
Yeah, they would just either run out of steam after the half or run out of options at some point later in the game. They've got to find a way to be able to sustain good play for longer periods.
A sensational run has them on the brink of tying it up or even taking the lead all of a sudden.
Steve, quite a turn of events here. I mean, they really snapped into focus in a hurry and tightened up their game at both ends.
Here is Korver. 6 points for him, and the shot is good. Korver's got 8 points.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Jeff Teague, one of the quickest and most elusive point guards in the NBA. He's incredible in transition, and where he's really improved is in the half court. He's figured out how to carve up defenses off the dribble.
Rondo against T. Rondo passes to Brandt. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And that's now 17 points for Avery Bradley. Atlanta's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And Teague, a top-tier penetrator, a nice teardrop in the lane.
And he's an improved passer, too, Kevin. I like the confidence he's starting to play with now. Getting into the lane, he's elite when it comes to the assist-to-turnover ratio. Point guards are measured by, and he continues to expand his offensive game as well.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
And their mid-range shooting continues to be accurate.
I like the work they've been doing in the low post, too. I mean, we've seen a lot of points coming on the inside all day.
Paul Millsap is one of the most versatile forwards in the game, a natural power forward, but he brings some small forward to round out his game.
The Celtics making a switch here. Thornton's checked in. And he ends up missing both free throws. And Millsap able to score facing up or with his back to the basket.
Yeah, inside and out. Reversible clothing is Paul Millsap, and he's a handful. Now, he's an undersized forward, but he can make the three. He's physical. He can get to the line. He's got a number of crafty shots. This guy is really, really underrated as well.
These 2-game plays, they're reversible. You didn't know that, did you? Huh?
Not until just now.
Here is Korver. He's guarded by Thornton. Inside runner, Korver. Good. Korver's got 4 points this quarter.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
Rondo kicks to Sullinger. Can't cash in from close range. The Hawks leading. Out to the wing. Rondo against T. Here's Korver for 3. That one goes. Count. Korver's got 13 points.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that 3.
Pass with a screen for Rondo. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it cost them some foul trouble, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Here is Corver. He's got 13. Puts it up. And again, it's Atlanta.
This has been a different kind of game here in the second half. I thought both clubs a little slow in the first.
No question, but they're really going at it now.
Now here's Rondo. 4-point game. And the basket by Thornton.
Yeah, they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Now here's Teague. 7 points in the game. Millsap a screen on Rondo. Teague dishes to Millsap. Carroll passes to Teague. 4 on the clock. Shoots from 14. And again, it's Atlanta. For Boston, they've gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third. There's a good screen. The drive by Green. And again, it's Boston converting.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Here is Corver. He's got 15. Back to Teague. Millsap left side. 5 on the clock. Paul Millsap, not the biggest or the most athletic, but he just finds ways to get it done.
Yeah, he's so well-rounded. You know, he does the big things and the little things to help you win. He's a good passer. He moves without the ball, keeps your offense going, and then, of course, really developed that three-point shot last year, which made him an effective stretch four.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Checking out the game Paul Millsap is having. He's got 8 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Olynyk, he's checked in for Sullinger. Wallace comes in for Brandon Bass. Turner's checked in for Green. And Smart subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Kelly Olynyk out of Gonzaga was a point guard for the majority of his high school career before a growth spurt shot him up to 7 feet tall. You can see the result of playing point guard for so long. He's a big man with shooting and ball handling skills of a much smaller player.
Atlanta making a switch here. Payne's checked in. Atlanta leading by 3. Here's Bazemore. 7 points in the game. A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got 11 points.
And Olynyk, growing up in a basketball family, his father a coach at the collegiate level, also coached his own kids. His mother a longtime referee. So Kelly's instincts and understanding of the game certainly have benefited from that wealth of knowledge growing up.
Here's Smart after the made shot from Jeff Teague. Olynyk sets a screen for Turner. Clock at 6. And that's going to be a travel.
Hawks ball.
Schroeder, he's checked in for Atlanta.
Dennis Schroeder.
To the left side wing. Here's Bazemore. He's guarded by Thornton. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cephalosha. Again, the Hawks score.
Tabo Cephalosha.
And Olynyk in his final season at Gonzaga, leading Division I basketball, Clark, and player efficiency rating.
Well, we know the analytics guys are going to love this, but he shot 63% from the field, Kevin, even shooting a number of shots from the perimeter, and a survey of NBA GMs ranked him the top steal of the draft, and I wouldn't disagree with that. I mean, he's a big guy that's mobile, skilled, with tremendous upside.
Here's Schroeder. He dishes it to Bazemore. Shoots off the screen. The rebound by Turner.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
Smart kicks to Turner. Out to Wallace. Nice ball movement by Boston. Now here's Smart. He's guarded closely. Trying to get back on track. Rebounded by the Hawks. Here's Bazemore. He's got 7. And Boston with the rebound. Olynyk's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Turner passes to Smart. 1:51 left in the third. And a wide open look for Thornton. Sinks the triple. Thornton's got 5 points now this quarter.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Stolen by Smart. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Thornton's got the ball. Now here's Smart. Defense right on him. Thornton dishes to Turner. Pass to Wallace. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Still Atlanta ball.
Young's checked in for Marcus Thornton. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Atlanta.
On the court.
We've got 1:18 left in the third. And lots of
Celtics
contact
foul.
there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Coach Mike Budenholzer got early consideration for Coach of the Year award honors in Atlanta before a rash of injuries just sidetracked their season, but a promising young head coach, really sharp.
Shooting for Atlanta.
Scrappy performance in last year's playoffs.
I was very impressed with the job
I
he
was
did
too.
as the head coach of the Atlanta Hawks in his first season. They were forced to go small with the injuries along their front line, so he went with a spread out, small ball style of play, great spacing, movement offensively, and really was effective with it as they pushed the Pacers to the brink in that first round playoff series.
Boy, that was solid. I'll tell you, he's one of the best there is up there at the foul line.
Here's Olynyk. Scott untangles himself. He drains the turnaround jump shot. That's 7 points for Kelly Olynyk. Atlanta leading by 4. And Bazemore kicks to Scott. Outside Teague. The dish to Cephalosha. Shot clock at 6. Bazemore. Atlanta again missing. Boston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Young pass to Smart. Young a screen on Teague. Feeds it to Smart. Shoots a 3. The shot will not go. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Cephalosha kicks to Teague. He feeds it to Bazemore. That's a 2 from Cephalosha. That one off the back iron and out. Smart with the ball. And no good trying to get that one. The third quarter comes to a close. Hawks lead by 4. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And Atlanta has possession. They lead by 4. On the court for Atlanta. Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. On the wings, Korver and Carroll. And it's Teague in at the 1. Carroll with the 3. And that one's good. Carroll's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Hawks. Boston's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Outside Rondo. And Young, here we go. Here's Sullinger. Gets the bucket and the foul. Paul Millsap
With that play from start to finish.
Boston making some changes.
At the line,
Pass comes in
Celtics.
for Kelly Olynyk. And it's
Sullinger.
Green in for Young. And what
At
do you
the line,
guys think
one
so
shot.
far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Here is Korver to the wing right side. Outside Teague. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Horford. Passes it to Millsap. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
Celtics trail by 6. Rondo dishes to Sullinger. Horford with the block.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Here's Korver, and he gets it to go.
Kyle Korver.
Korver's got 11 in the second half.
What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
And finished off by Bass.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
Here is Korver. Teague left side. Teague left side. Shoots from 12. And that one's good. And the Hawks lead by 8.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
Rondo passes to Bass. The Celtics working the ball around now. Puts it up from 12, and good on the basket. Book it. 9 points for Jared Sullinger.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Carroll with the 3. Sullinger with the rebound. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Rondo kicks to Sullinger. And it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 8th assist in the game. Atlanta calls timeout.
Well, it's been said about Rajon Rondo that he's the smartest guy in the room and also might be the most stubborn. He's got a terrific IQ for the game, but he's opinionated. But that certainly doesn't take away from his greatness. He's a winner, a champion, and a terrific point guard.
Well, you're right. It has fueled his rise, whether it was at Kentucky, growing up in Louisville, or certainly playing with the Boston Celtics. Among some very important players, Hall of Famers like Allen and Garnett and Paul Pierce. He may have needed a little bit of that just to kind of clear the clutter and show that he could be a leader. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun, right? Time is winding down, a close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you've put in. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
All right, Doris, thanks.
Love the way he fought for that putback. He's willing to put in a lot of hard work in this game, no doubt about that. And Rondo has said he'd like to be a coach when his playing days are done, despite his dust-ups with former coach Doc Rivers. He says he studied his ways and learned a lot from him. Definitely a lot of respect there.
Millsap sets the pick for Teague. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Teague's got 4 points this quarter.
Look out, guys. I think there's a lot more where that came from. When he gets it going like this, it is not easy to slow him down.
Sullinger dishes to Rondo. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And Rondo had said that his knee injury has made him humbler and certainly more appreciative of the NBA and his God-given gifts and not skipping steps in his approach now to the game.
Yeah, but he did skip a flight with the Celtics last season. He stayed in L.A. to celebrate his birthday. That's not exactly how you want to go about your work.
Rajon Rondo returning to action in mid-January of 2014, a little less than a year after his ACL tear. And, Steve, you look pretty good.
He did. His shooting percentages were down, but, rebounding and passing as well as he ever has. Rondo, I think this year will be much more effective now that he's got some reps back on that knee.
And Rondo's field goal percentage dipped, but he shot a lot more three-pointers than ever before in his career. Coming off that injury, maybe not looking to drive as much as in the past. He hit that three-point shot at about 29%. I think he's got to get that mark up. If he does, then he could really be lethal.
That's good.
He's too dangerous a shooter to leave alone behind the arc.
Celtics trail by 4. He kicks it to Sullinger. And there. That one on Horford.
And Rondo trying to add range to his shot. Didn't stay idle while he was getting healthy. Seems he rehabbed his shot while rehabbing his knee.
Jared Sullinger has been getting it done. 8 rebounds, and some of his offense coming at the foul line with 5 points there.
Yeah, 5 pretty big points, Clark.
That free throw good from Sullinger.
100% free throw shooting this half, guys.
Efficiency is so crucial when you're trying to overcome a deficit, Steve.
Both free throws good from Sullinger.
And he's doing a great job at the charity stripe. It's easy to overlook, but those freebies can make the difference.
Here is Korver, guarded by Bradley. Korver passes to Teague. Into Millsap. Back to Teague. 6 to shoot. Releases from 15. It's rebounded by Bass. Bass has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually.
Now here's Teague. Korver kicks to Teague. Millsap a screen on Bradley. Outside Millsap. That's blocked. And here's Bradley. Outside Rondo. Bass with a screen for Rondo. The feed to Green. And it's Bass atop the key. Back to Green. Rondo against Teague. To tie it up. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Carroll dishes to Millsap. Pass to Korver. Back to Millsap. To the middle. Here's Carroll. Here's Horford. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
At the line for the Hawks, Al Horford. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw.
Al Horford, 6'10", 250, really a natural power forward who's been asked to play at center for his whole career. He's shown himself willing to battle bigger players inside, but you got to think he'd welcome a chance to switch back to the 4 spot.
He hits the second from the line. Celtics trail by 3. Now Bradley. Sullinger with a screen for Bradley. Dishes to Bass. Lets it go from 14. And it falls over the rim and in. Bass has got 4 points in the quarter.
And for Horford, able to scrap inside to overcome his lack of size defensively. His quickness is his biggest advantage. I mean, he's excellent at moving in space and defending the pick and roll. Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
Now here's Bradley. On the wing, Green. 6 on the shot clock, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Ball.
You guys are talking about Horford's advantages playing center. Certainly his offensive skill set among those advantages.
Yeah, and an excellent mid-range jump shooter and ball handler. He can face up, he can draw opposing bigs further out than they'd like, but he's also strong enough and quick enough to get past them and get to the rim.
Here is Korver. Kicks it to T. The pass to Korver. Here's Carroll, guarded by Green. 6 to shoot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Al Horford, the Dominican big man, won 2 titles with that great University of Florida team, actually back-to-back titles in 06 and 07.
Taking 2 shots.
You really love his skill level. There's not much he can't do. He gets up and down. He's a terrific passer, and his mid-range jumper is spot on.
And consistently a threat from mid-range. It's curious that he has struggled at the free throw line the last couple seasons.
Yeah, it must be something mental, because you think about what a good shooter he is from the outside. Some people have even thought maybe he should shoot threes from time to time. But the free throw line struggles, that's something that's bothered a lot of people over the years, and usually it's a mental block of some sort.
Now here's Rondo. Sullinger, a screen on Teague. Sullinger inside, guarded by Horford. Bass's shot, good.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
Outside Teague, over to the wing. Carroll passes to Teague, to the paint. And Boston with the rebound.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Sullinger with a screen for Bradley. Right side, Rondo. Bradley drives in.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
You cannot afford to make mistakes like that here in a tight game.
Celtics trail by 3. Sullinger, a screen on Teague. Rondo kicks to Sullinger. He dishes it to Bradley. Makes it off the glass. Bradley's got 19 points.
And he's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? Really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Teague dishes to Millsap. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. 12 points for Paul Millsap. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. And it's Rondo penetrating. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about that play? Great body control. Still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
Shooting for Boston, Rajon Rondo. At the line with 1 shot.
And it's tied up with that one. Here's Teague. Pass to Millsap. Into Horford. From the line. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Really good execution there, guys. They saw the mismatch, and they went right at it.
Timely bucket. Couldn't have been a better opportunity.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Keep one on my staff with a new pro for me. It bequeaths me the mention that I've been big.
Sullinger against Horford. And Sullinger kicks to Bradley. Right side Bradley. Back to Rondo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he gets it to go. Rondo's got 9 points here in the second half.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Carroll for 3. Rajon Rondo with the rebound.
Boy, he has been struggling mightily in this quarter, guys.
True. He really seems to have tightened up a bit for whatever reason. He looks tight.
And it's Bradley on the drive.
Clutch basket, especially over the top of the bigger defender.
Yeah, this shows you the kind of fortitude and guts he has, Steve.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. 1:52 left to play here in the fourth.
We are reawakened, reconciled, reborn. Now let's hear you get up.
.152 left in the fourth quarter. Teague, the pass to Millsap. There's the dish to Korver. Feeds it to Teague. Passes to Horford. Hawks passing it around. 5 to shoot. Here's Korver in Atlanta again with the bucket.
Terrific execution there when it mattered the most. He knew he had the height advantage, and he got the job done.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
You got it like that. Can I have it like that? You got it like that. So drop your purse and grab your hips. And act like you're trying to get this money right there.
Now get out of your seat and make some noise.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the final quarter. Rondo dishes to Sullinger. Rondo kicks to Green. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Rondo against Teague. Korver passes to Millsap. Got a piece of it. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. 13 feet away. Sinks it.
That is a clutch shot if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, very gutsy there. What more can you say? He got it done at the best time.
Rondo kicks to Bradley. The feed to Green for 3. The shot is off, so Atlanta will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Teague. Here's Horford. Boston's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Bradley. Off target from 3-point range.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
Damari Carroll. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And I'll tell you what, those 2 free throws give them some much-needed breathing room, guys. It's now a 2-possession game.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're down by 4. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And obviously time is the big factor here, guys. They need to get points fast and then go for the steal, and if not, a quick foul.
Hard as it is, you just...
From deep, Green. That doesn't go either for Green. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
That's his second personal foul. 5th team foul. At the line for the Hawks, Kyle Korver taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and polish it off.
Now here's Rondo. Outside, Green. Shot to stop the run. And so the Hawks take the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Paul, congratulations on this win. It seemed like this game was getting away from you at points. What does the team take away from this game in terms of experience?
We got to do a better job of executing down the stretch. As simple as that. We're just glad we got this win. We just can't let these things happen in the future.
An escape from some mistakes, Paul. Well done, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyle Korver.